we've been doing to try to explain what's going on during COVID and try to keep people connected. So at any time, if you have a question for me, I'm going to bring Makai on. We also have a school board member with us here today. Put it in the chat and we'd love to answer those. But before we get rolling with the show, I just want to give a big thank you. Man, we've just gone through almost a whole quarter during a pandemic, online learning, and everybody needs to pat themselves on the back. This is amazing what we did. We couldn't have done this 10 years ago. I didn't think we were going to be able to do it this year. We've got our survey data coming back from our students, from our parents, and from our teachers, and we know it started super, super hard, and we didn't really know where we're going, and we're trying to figure it out, but your teachers worked super hard. I know our students worked hard, and here we are. We're a week away from the end of the first term. You're going to be switching classes in a week, and we're going to talk through some of that, but hopefully we can make some adjustments and modifications as we go. So let's bring on your ASB president, Makai. Hey, Makai, come on.
Hey, how are we doing today, Terry?
Good to see you, man. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Yeah.
You know, just got over a cold, so we're coming down from that a little bit nasally, but other than that, we're good. We're feeling good. We're still able to move, so it's nice.
Cool. Wow, well, here we are at the high school, and we got a lot of teachers coming to work every day, teaching right here from the school, but it's an empty place without you and all of our ASB kids and all of our students, and no clubs, no activities, but we're hoping to get rolling with that. But how are our students feeling about first quarter? We're almost to an end.
I have gotten a large variety from yays to nays, so it's all right. I'm a busier guy. I mean, I got a part-time job, listening to the military, doing all the ASB stuff, and I really like the flexibility that I can get from online school, and I've gotten a bit of that from other students, and a little bit harder when you're talking about AP classes and stuff like that. But a large variety from positives to negatives, I'd say.
And that's kind of how our survey results that we put out to our students are coming back. It's nobody wants it. Let's start with that. No, this isn't anybody's first choice. It isn't like, oh, but we also know, like, okay, this is where we are. Let's be positive about it. Let's make the best. But there has to be a lot of self-motivation. You got to get up out of bed. You got to get rolling. You got to attend your classes. And what I found, and the survey results pan out, it's like, for some people, it's working great. For some other people, it's really a struggle. And we're going to be looking at that and seeing what we can do second quarter to see what looks different. So what else is going on out there with students? What are you guys doing?
We got a bunch of different, I mean, if you've looked at the homecoming things that are happening, a lot of people have been coming together. That's one nice thing we've been seeing throughout the Toma community. If you look at Instagram and stuff like that, a lot of students are making their own little tiny makeshift homecomings of, like under 10 people.
Saw some of those. That's cute.
Yeah, it's great. It's wonderful to see that spirit that's going out. Everyone's just coming together. So it's been wonderful to see. We have a lot of virtually running clubs. I mean, I'm part of NHS. I've been doing that, still getting out there volunteering with a lot of students, volunteering and tutoring for a lot of other students. So it's actually, it's a lot of, think of school just online. We have a lot more like extracurricular stuff that's still virtual, which is really nice to see.
I just, before we bring Val on, you guys got to pat yourselves on the back. This is not easy, and we're doing it. And I've said that, but I just can't emphasize it enough. We're doing better than everybody else that I'm looking around at, and our programs are going well. Kids are staying active. They're staying involved. We know we want to get back into school, and we got to find ways for that to happen. So keep it up. But like we said here a few weeks ago, if you know somebody that's struggling, reach out and lift them up. If you know somebody that's isolated, give them a call, swing by, do whatever it takes to keep our Bear community there. So when we get back, we're all there and we're all ready to go. So almost done with that first quarter, rolling into second quarter. Let's bring on our school board rep. Our school board rep is Val Paganelli, and she represents our students, and she's the Tahoma High School rep. And I thought it'd be great for people to hear from her and what's going on at the school board level. Hey, Val.
Hey.
Good morning, you guys. Thanks for having me.
Well, we sure appreciate you taking your time out of your busy schedule to talk to us a little bit. Makai, why don't you shoot her some questions and see if what she's up to?
Okie dokie. I got some great questions, some wonderful students, just a variety. I mean, I've been hearing from kids, since the beginning and even before in the summer when we knew we were going into online. Now, we just want to know how we can get back, when we can get back. What is the criteria going to look like to be getting back into school?
Don't we all wish that we had the crystal ball that could answer all those questions for us, right? And I will say that I am one of 5 school board directors for the Tahoma School District. So you know that I cannot speak for the full board, but I can share my own experiences, thoughts, and impressions, okay? So take it from there. I will offer that ever since we closed schools, getting back to school has been our number one priority, and to do it safely, right? And what does that mean? That's been shifting ground. And so what I want to offer is that there are any number of people from the state all the way down to our local community who are processing incredible amounts of complex information, sharing daily shifts in that information and what it is going to take to bring our students back to school safely, starting with mandates from the state, county and community Department of Health and Health Services information, decision trees that give us itemized ways of thinking about what does the pandemic mean in our community and how does it allow us to take measured steps to bring our students back into the classroom in small groups or in cohorts. And you might have heard, Makai and others, that starts with our youngest learners and those who aren't in a position to do the kind of learning that you as high school students are equipped to do. And so we have to do it in stages and prove that we're doing it well. And I want you guys to know that you are students in a district where the teachers, the administrative staff, your board of directors, transportation, technology, food services, custodial, your athletics and extracurricular leaders are working so hard on your behalf. And what I have really been proud of, though, is you as students taking the lead in what you need. And I'll echo what Mr. Duty says in that I want to applaud you. I want to thank each and every one of you for stepping up and taking responsibility for your continued learning. And we can address that more in some of your other questions, but I've gone a lot longer in life, as has Mr. Duty, without having to learn how to function and continue to operate at our highest level in the midst of a pandemic. And so to see that in our students and to see the resilience and see those future ready skills put to the test at this stage we didn't consider that in our work, right? But
Yeah.
here you are, and you're showing us how to do it. So
They're
I'm really
doing
proud of you
great.
guys.
I just saw the other day Maple Valley actually is showing higher rates than King County. And King County yesterday was at 95, which is up from 50, I think it was. Mr. Davis, our athletic director, is going to come to the school board tomorrow night, and he's going to talk about what it would take to start practicing, what it would take to bring some of our activities back, some of our sports back. And I know it's complicated. Some are riskier than others, but what's the board thinking there? Are you just looking to hear from Mr. Davis?
Yeah, we've not had substantive deliberations at that level yet. That will happen tomorrow night. Some of what is released for discussion is fresh as of October 6th from the state. And so processing that down to our district and superimposing it upon how extracurricular activities are being held outside of school districts. You know, I have a son who's still playing baseball at the collegiate level. They're figuring it out, but they are still having to do it differently. And so if we continue to really examine and take heed in the guidance that is available to us, I'm hopeful that we're going to get there sooner than might be the case for in-person academics.
Absolutely.
Alrighty. Well, I got one more question from you. Just from other students and figuring out on how to get involved in school and just get their voice heard. So, what does it
Mhm.
look like for student voice in school board, and how can we see that today, especially with COVID quarantine times?
Well, this is one great example, right? Putting this together and making it available for the student body. But there are always some really important ways that students can have their voice heard. Right now, as I said, taking ownership of your learning, be sure you're talking directly with your teachers and the leaders in your schools, as well as trusted adults in your life, and let them know what's working, what's not working. Advocate for yourself. Help us do the best work we can do on your behalf, because again, we've not been through this before either. So it's a circle of learning for us all. I will also say that you at the high school have 5 student representatives that are student representatives to the school board. I'm going to say their names so you can recognize them. The seniors are Bailey McAllister, Sanvi Merota, and Caroline Cavedo. The juniors are Mathieu Chabot and Olivia Tamer. So they are some go-to people if you want your voices heard and a quick path to the school board. And they have put together also an Instagram account at Tahoma Central. If you haven't plugged into that, that's a place to receive information more readily, to provide information, to participate in polls, and to just share needed celebrations and exchange of information. But know that your school board members and your administrators and those at Central Services are always available too. Send your emails. The only rules I will put on that is come to us, positive side of the ledger. Stay positive, please. Be factual. Give us real evidence of what you're experiencing. And then also offer your ideas for improvement or alternative ways of thinking. That helps us be accountable to you and know that your voice is being represented. Does that help?
Yeah, thank you
That's
so much.
great. Hey, I know I speak, Val, for Makai as well, but thank you for your service. None of us have been through this, like you said, and our school board has worked extremely hard to put together programs, to listen to voices. And the important thing, and I think everybody gets this, but everybody has a different opinion. Wear a mask, don't wear a mask. I mean, everybody's got different opinions about things. So from a school board leadership standpoint, it's hard to make decisions because what you might feel really strongly about, somebody else might not feel strongly about. And we have to make decisions that are in the best interest of everyone and going through stuff. So everything is just complicated. But thank you, Val, for being here. We
Absolutely.
appreciate your service and all the volunteer time that you put in. So appreciate that. And we'll get back to just me and Makai and close her off here. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you, you guys. Have a great week.
Thank you. Oh, that was great, Makai.
Oh,
well, it's good to hear from people, and we're hearing from our kids. I hope Mr. Davis's report tomorrow night is positively heard, and we get our activities, our clubs back rolling on a smaller scale. We have to look at some things, but we're getting ready to roll into second term. So, any announcements? Anything coming from ASB, Makai?
We got some wonderful stuff coming from ASB. Now, as you guys know, it is Spirit Week this week. It's why I'm wearing black because I'm a senior. I'm almost out of here virtually, but I'm almost out of here, so that's going to be great. So tomorrow is Take On Cancer Day, so that's going to be wear pink, be bright, be proud, be bold, and let's all take on that together. And then next on Wednesday at 11:20 a.m., we have a wonderful concert, all the power hour from recording artist Stefano. He's great. He's from around the Washington area. Check him out. Some awesome stuff. We're going to hear some awesome music from him. So,
now, where do they find that live at? Is it on our YouTube channel or?
Yes, should be on our YouTube channel. Should be
okay. Cool. Hey, let's tune into that, Bears. As we wrap up the semester, let me just kind of go. It really is this semester for periods 1 through 4, because you'll be saying goodbye to those teachers for now, at least until the next term. Thank your teachers, guys. Let them know you appreciate all they're doing. They're putting in lots and lots of hours and work as you are, but let them know. Thank you, and you'll see them again really soon. And then we crank up for quarter 2, and that means your periods 5 through 8. So we have have something new. It's a book fair. Everybody's going to get a mask. So this is the freshman mask, and then we got the sophomore mask, and we got the junior mask, and then our seniors get the cool mask here.
That's
so
fun, by the way.
everybody gets one of those when you come up to the book fair. So you should have gotten an email, and you go to Homa account. It'll tell you exactly what books you need to pick up. We start this Thursday. So it goes 7:30 to 3:30 this Thursday. You come up to school, don't skip class, come up to school before school, after school. You send your parents, go through, get your stuff. You'll get to pick up a cool mask, and then you're out. And then on Friday, same thing, 7:30 to 3:30. Then on Monday of next week, it's actually 7:30 to 6, just in case you need a little bit more time or you need a ride up there. Grab that email, come up. It'll tell you what classes to get. And then remember next Tuesday, that's November 3rd. That's the last day of the quarter, but it's also an asynchronous day. So you don't have real classes. You don't have live classes with your teachers. They're prepping for their next classes. They're doing your grades. They're grading stuff, getting everything all ready to go. And you need to wrap up your stuff, get those late assignments turned in, anything that you possibly can do. That's next Tuesday, but school's open all that day for that book fair as well. So since you don't have classes, if you want to roll up on Tuesday, try to spread yourselves out. You're going to have a mask to get into the school. But you'll walk through the school, pick up your stuff, fill up your bag, grab a mask, and you're off. So anything else, Makai, before we say adios for now?
I'm just going to, echo some of the things that were said earlier. Thank you so much to all the wonderful students. Thank you for all you wonderful people who've been reaching out to me. I love being able to answer your questions and ask questions for you. I hope you guys have a wonderful transition into second semester, and I'll see you guys then.
Awesome. And we're looking at some changes, some things that we can maybe modify, adjust a little bit, but we're trying to take that data from the stuff that you told us and say, what could we do different next quarter? It's kind of all over the board, but we got to figure out something that works for everybody. So we'll do it together, Bears. And we're better together. And that's been our theme. Let's give each other a little bit of grace and know that we're all just trying our best. So with that, call for duty. Good seeing you guys. Thanks again, Makai, for joining me. And we'll see you next time, Bears.